Okay, so what we have seen till now is that uh, we have a students array and we did basic add, edit, delete operations in that array, right? And we did that via APIs, right? So we exposed some path, and against that path, against each path, we had some operations. What we saw is we saw how to make a get request, we saw post request, we saw put request, and we also saw the delete request. Right now, this is only for one, say, one array which is student, right? Try to imagine that in a big application, how many such different entities would be there. Student is an entity. In the same way, there can be many such entities. So, what would happen is for each entity, we would have these, say, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 functions or 7 request handlers for each entity. This is the bare minimum which we would be having, right? We would have many such functions or many such request handlers for each entity, right? In that case, what is going to happen is that our code, right, that would become very big, very big, right? Say thousands and thousands of lines of code. So to avoid that, what we should do is we should modularize our code. Modularization means separating, say, similar parts in, say, different files. That is what we would call as modularization, right? To do modularization, what we use is we use a concept called as routing. What we use is a concept called as routing. Routing would come from the word routes. Route means, say, this is a route or this is a route, right? So what we are trying to do or what we are trying to achieve here is that we'll have all these APIs, but all those APIs, they would be separated, or they would be, uh, what you can say, they would be used in different files, right? That's what we are trying to achieve, right? So for the same student, for this student, right, this student ARR, what I am going to do is I would be creating a different file, or rather 2 to 3 different files, right? And we'll define a project structure, right, with files and folders, right? And we would separate these things out. That is what we are trying to do, right? Now see how we are going to do that. The very first thing is in your base folder, right? In this case, my base folder is fourth, right? Which is my project folder. It is fourth. Base folder or the root folder is that folder which has your index.js file or your starting point of your program. That we would generally call as a root folder. Right now, inside this folder, what I'll do is I'll create a folder. I'll call it routes. It is a folder. Please keep this thing in mind. Right now, I'll select this folder, and inside this folder, I'll create another file. I'll call it routes.js. Now, this is a JavaScript file, a JS file. Right now, we have another entity, right? Student. So, what I'll do is again, I'll create a new folder. I'll call it students, and inside the students, right, I'll create 2 files. One file is I'll call it student-routes.js, and one more file which would be students.js. A very important thing to note is that these folders, right, or these files, right, they should exactly be at the same position where I have kept them, right? Why it is so is because if you do not do that, you'll have some confusion with the paths, right? So I have this main folder which is fourth. Inside this folder, I had this index.js file. In the same folder, what I created is one folder I created routes, another folder which I created is students, right? Inside routes, what did I have? inside routes, I am having one file which is routes.js. Currently, it is a blank file, right? Nothing is there. And inside the students folder, I am having two more files. One is student-routes.js or student-routes.js, you can call it, and another one is students.js. Right? Now, what I'll do is I'll open this students.js. I'll open this students.js, and in this I would declare my students array. So I would say where students arr equals to blank array. Right, this is the same thing which we have done in index.js, but now what I am trying to do is I am trying to get all these student operations, whatever operations we have performed here, I am trying to get them in this particular file which is students.js. That is what I am trying to do. Right, after this what I am doing is I am creating an object. I am saying where student object equals to, it would be a JSON object, right? And after this JSON object, I am simply saying module.exports equals to student object. So what I am trying to do here is I am creating this student object and I am exporting this student object, right? How to export? I am using this statement module.exports is equal to student object, right? This exports is very important, otherwise you will get some error. Okay, so ensure that you write this statement very correctly. What I am exporting from here is student object. Because I am exporting the student object, this student object you can import somewhere else, which we are going to do going forward, right? But first thing which I am trying to do is I am exporting this student object, and inside this student object what I am doing is this is a JSON object, right? This is a JSON, right? And I'll have a key, let's say get all, and against this key I'll have a function. So this is JSON, and against this JSON I'll have a function here. After this, now ensure that because it is a JSON, this has a key colon value, and its value part in this case is a function, right? So in your value you can also always have a function. After that I am creating another key, let's say add, and inside this I am saying again request dot response and again a function. Then I am saying say modify student. Against this again request comma response and a callback function, right? So for now I am just keeping three functions here. Now in this particular function, that is in get all, what am I supposed to do? I am simply supposed to return this array. Why? Because at the end what is required is we need that array or all the students which are added. So I would say response dot send students arr, right? That's the only thing I am going to do here. Inside add, what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to say students arr dot push, right? And I would say request dot body. Why I am doing this? Because the data which I would be getting is inside request dot body. You can also say let s equals to request dot body, and instead of request dot body you can simply put s here. And once this push is done, I would say response dot send, then a JSON, and I would say message added. In case of modify student, again you would need that ID and all the things, but I am keeping this up to you as of now, right? I am simply saying response dot send again message, and I would say updated successfully, right? That's what I am saying here. So I am only having three functions, out of which only two are functional. One is get all and add. Third one is functional, but it is not doing exactly what we wish to do. This would be your homework, right? You need to complete this, right? So I am having a file students.js in which I took an array, right, which is a blank array similar to the ones which we took in index.js. Then I created an object, and which is a JSON object. Inside that object we are having three keys: get all, add and modify student, and against those keys we have functions. So it is as good as that these key names, they are nothing but the names of these functions. It is as good as that, right? And I am exporting this object. Why am I exporting this object? I am exporting this object so that I'll be able to import this object later somewhere else, right? That is why I am exporting this object, right? Now next thing which I would do is I would go into this file studentroutes.js, which is again present in my students folder. In studentroutes.js, the first thing which I would do is I would say var app equals to require express dot router. Now this is a small change which is there. So what I am doing is I am calling this router function of this express package, and I am taking its reference in the variable called as app, right? And at the end I would simply say module.exports equals to app. So what I am doing is I am exporting this app object. Because I am exporting it here, I would be importing it somewhere else. That is what I am going to do going forward. And in this, what I would do is I would say app.use. Sorry, before that what I'll also do is I'll also import the student object which we have exported here, right? So how I will do that? I would say var student, you can give any variable name, equals to, and I would say require, and inside require in single quotes I would say dot slash students. Now this students, where is it coming from? This students is nothing but this student.js. So we are exporting the student object here via module.exports, and we are importing it here, right, in a variable called as student, right? Now inside this what I would do is I would use a path called as slash. I would simply use a path called as slash, right? And against this I would say app dot, instead of app dot use I would use app dot get, because this is a get request, my bad. And I'll use this path slash, and again slash, what I would do is I would call the get all function. How will I call? Via this student object. Now because this student object is nothing but this object, so if I do a student.getAll, what I would get is this particular function. So I am saying student.getAll. That's what I am saying. No need of writing this function, right? Only getAll will do, because this getAll is used as a key here. It is a JSON key, right? So I would simply say app.get slash student.getAll. Then I will say app.post. Inside post I would say slash add student, another path, and against this I would simply say student dot add. That's what I am saying, right? These are the only two operations. Third operation is app dot put, and here I would say modify student, and again this I would again say student dot modify student. This is what I am doing. Again, we'll just reiterate what we have done till now. In student.js, we created a students array, a blank students array. Then I created a student object. Inside this object, it is a JSON object, so I have key value pairs, right? For every key, we have a function which has two parameters, request and response, right? So first key is get all, and against this I am simply returning the students array. Second key is add, which would be used in case of post request, and in it I am simply pushing the student object in students array. And third is modify student, which would be used against a put request. I am not doing anything here, but this is what you yourselves need to do. Then in my student routes.js, first I took reference of the router function of Express. Then I took reference of this student object which we have exported from here, and I am importing it here. Then what is the next thing which I have done? Next thing is I wrote three requests or three request handlers: app.get, app.post, and app.put. And in these, what did I do? Against get, I am saying get all. Against post, I am saying add student. And against put, I am saying modify student. That's what I am doing here. Next is, after this, because we have exported, we would be using it somewhere. So I would be using it in a file called as routes.js. Right? Where is routes.js? In a routes folder. Right? In your root folder, we have a folder called as routes. Inside that routes, we have a file called as routes.js. Now let's see what we need to do here. First thing is, I would say var app equals to require again express dot router, and next is I would say module dot exports equals to app. In between, what I would also do is I would be importing the student routes file, right? So next what I would say is var stu routes. You can give again any name. I am just trying to give some meaningful name. So I am saying var stu routes equals to require, and in this require I would say dot dot slash students slash student routes. So in my stu routes, what I get is this thing, this particular app, which is again router ka part, right? So I get that here. I get reference to it because we have exported that app from there and we are importing it here. This require is the syntax in Node.js for importing some module or some package, right? Next, what I would do is I would say app.use. I would say slash students, and against this I would say stu routes. So what I am doing is that I am giving a path here that is slash students, and against that I am using this student routes का object. That's what I am doing. And इसे मैं कहाँ register कर रहा हूँ? I am registering it in my router का object. That's what I am doing. Right? Again I have exported this app. Now I would be importing this app in my index.js file. So I'll go to index.js, and what I would do is I'll remove everything from here. I removed everything from here. I have only app.listen here, nothing else. Right? After that, the very first thing which I would do is I would import routes. So I would say var routes equals to require dot slash routes slash routes.js. That's what I am doing here. Then I would say app dot use. Again I'll give a path which is slash, right? And against this I'll say routes. That is the only thing which I am doing here. Right? Now let us backtrack what we have done. What I am doing here is, very first thing which I have done is I have created two folders. One folder is routes, second folder is students in my root directory. That's what I have done, very first thing. Then in my students folder I created two files. One is students.js and another is studentroutes.js. Right? In studentroutes.js I am simply trying to give certain paths to the students. In my students.js, what I am trying to do is I am actually doing the operations. Whatever operations or whatever logic I need to perform, I am performing that in students.js file. Right? How am I doing that? I am having an object, a JSON object against which we have some key value pairs. And for every key, we have a function with two parameters, request and response as parameters, right? And then I am using response.send from here. That is what I am doing. Then in student routes.js, I'm using a reference to the router of Express. Then I'm importing my students from students.js file, and then I'm using those functions against a path. For slash, I'm getting get all. For add student, I'm saying this post request, and for modify student, I'm using this put request. That is what I am doing. Right. Then in routes.js, I'm using the student routes, which I imported from here. Then I'm creating a path slash students against which these routes would be used, and then I'm exporting this. After that, I have index.js file in which I am simply importing that routes wala file. Right. So flow कैसा है? We have routes which we are importing in index.js. In routes file, we have imported student routes. In student route files, we have imported student.js. Right. That is how the link is being made. Right. And इसका path कैसा होगा? That whenever we run this, we'll have localhost :3000 slash. तो ये slash यहाँ से आएगा. यहाँ से आने के बाद what it will do is it will get into routes. तो routes में जाएगा तो उसके पास एक ही route है, which is slash students. So next path would be localhost :3000 slash students. Once we get this path slash students, it will go in student routes, and against slash students, it will return you get all. Against add student means localhost 3000. This path is, I just type it here. It will be http:/localhost :3000 slash students. Right? ये यहाँ पे आएगा. This path would be localhost 3000 slash student slash add student. Right? And this path would be slash modify student. ऐसे वो path रहने वाले. Right? Now let us see. I am in 4th. Okay, so I run this node index.js. I hope it runs. Yes, it ran successfully. Now what I'll do is I'll open Postman. Inside this Postman, what I'll do is I'll call this get all. Nothing should happen. Right? It will give you error. Cannot get all. Why? Because now our get all, it is against this path, which is students. Right, so what I got is a blank array, which is absolutely correct. My next path is, what I need to do is a post request. So what I'll do is, I'll have localhost 3000 slash student slash add student, and I'll click on send. So it says message added. Means what it has done is, it has simply perform a push operation in our array. Now if I do a get all, I should get a student. Yes, I got the student. Right? If I add one more student, let's say for ID 2, I add say Namita. Right? And if I send, I should get 2 students. Right? So that is how it works. What is the third path? Third path would be modify student, and it would be against a put request. So here I would say localhost 3000 slash students slash modify students. I click on send. It says cannot put. I don't know why, or it would be modify student. Okay, so it says updated successfully, even though it is not updating anything as of now. Right? But for our sake, what we have done is we have resolved our path. That is what we have done. I'll stop the recording now.